Tell me how you joined the Army. Were you drafted or did you join?
No, I joined.
Why?
Well, I had 1 year of college in, and I just wasn't doing well for whatever reason. So I decided, my brother went in, my oldest brother went in, and so I decided I would go in, and by enlisting, I could at least hopefully pick what I would do, and I did.
What did you pick?
I wanted to be in the Army Security Agency, and that's where I did, and that's where my brother was also.
You know, people watching this may not know what the Army Security Agency was because it doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Could you tell people what you did?
Well, I was a cryptographer, which is taking code or making codes, breaking codes, encoding our messages. The security clearances were very high. I was a top secret crypto. Certain messages that I would get would be direct to the President of the United States. Yeah, it was amazing, the information you'd see come across your. One of the things that just scared me to death was the Cuba and when the Russians were there. I was looking, and all of the men that were cleared to be in that section were following the goings-on of that. And we're talking way ahead of what the news media was getting. And what most people, I don't think, realized was Youngstown, the area here, was third in line for bombs. One was the financial center in New York. 2, Washington, D.C. 3, the corridor from Cleveland to Pittsburgh because of the steel, chemistry, etc. My family's here. They'd have been gone. It was frightening. But,
where were you stationed?
Well, I did basic at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Thank God for sand. I walked in a lot of it. Then I went to Fort Gordon, Georgia for cryptography. And then they sent me to a place never heard of, which was Eritrea, East Africa. And that's at the bottom of the Red Sea on the African side, next to Ethiopia. And I spent the next 2.5 years on a 10,000-foot mountain plateau, which is the capital, by the way, of Eritrea.
How many people were stationed with you?
The post probably had, I'm trying to think, about 500.
2.5 years on a mountain in East Africa.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Well, I did a lot of traveling. I like that, yes. I would volunteer on my days off. And I know they tell you never volunteer in the Army. No, I volunteered to take diplomatic pouches from here to there to there to here. So I got up into Egypt, Israel, Turkey, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia. Then I took leave and went down into Kenya, Tanganyika. And on the way back home, when I eventually timed out there, I spent 2 weeks in Athens. Oh yeah, I can't complain about the traveling. I enjoyed that. And the fact that nobody was shooting at me.
Because this is during the Vietnam War.
Oh, early Vietnam, yes. Yeah.
What kind of messages were you decrypting when you were in Africa?
Well, our antennas were pointing north. So it was basically the Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Israel. Do you remember the ship that the Israelis sank? That was full of Army guys. And the Army guys there were doing exactly the same thing I did. They were listening.
Do you think that's why they were sunk?
No, I don't think so. No, because we were really an ally of Israel. And we're supplying them with arms and military equipment and whatever. I think it was just an honest mistake.
I agree.
Yeah. No. I was lucky I wasn't on it, but no. But I enjoyed there too. The people there were very, very nice. The history there is very nice, and I love history. So it's,
And you love the food there also.
oh, yes, absolutely, to this day. I go to California to visit my daughter. First thing I do is we go to the Eritrean restaurant. If I go to Cleveland, there's one there. Oh, yes. I love it. I was one of the few GIs that would eat it. And I don't understand it because it is good.
You know, it sounds, Jim, like your Army service was a really great time for you, an important time.
Oh, I had a good time.
You learned a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I was listening to the fellow. I spent 1 year in military school also because my brothers were in their military school also. So I was there because the middle brother he was a hoot. He was the troublemaker. But Mom and Dad sent us, my oldest brother and me, to the military school so it wouldn't look bad for the other brother. Didn't change him.
Do you remember coming home?
Oh, yes.
Tell me about that.
Got off the airplane, and my girlfriend, wife-to-be at that time, met me at the right at the gate, along with my parents. So, and then I had shipped a car home from Eritrea, 1932 Alfa Romeo. And so then the next day we picked it up at the warehouse and I drove it home. And it was fun. It was a wide open car. There's no lid on it, no top. It probably sat 3 feet off the ground. And I drove that home. And I had fun.
Tell me about the work that you did, your career. What kind of jobs did you get after the Army?
Well, I went to finished YSU. Then,
And did you do better this time?
oh yeah. And then while I was doing that, I sold cars part-time. And then after that, I then went to work for Radio Shack as a manager. I did that for 25 years. And then I retired. And then after a year, I got the best job I ever had. I taught special needs kids, and I loved it.
Why was that the best job you had?
I just loved working with the kids. I mean, if you see the way that some of them are treated or mistreated, it hurts you. And so I worked 12 years with them. And I really, best job I had. Best ever.
Jim, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.